looky. There he is, smiling Jack, guitar skeptic. So, how's life been treating you lately?
It's been good, thanks, Dave. Yeah, really, really good. I've been busy with doing this little beauty up, Greeny Moor, and having a bit of fun swapping out.
Ooh.
Did you see any of those? I did a Peter Green mod on the neck pickup, and yeah, hopefully a few people have found it interesting and useful.
No, I never watch your videos. They're too boring.
Whereas I watch all of yours and all the comments because I've got so many YouTube accounts. I think I've got just over 1,000. I've got just over 1,000 YouTube accounts now, Dave, and every single one of them subscribe to you, mate.
Thank you very much.
It's quite all right. It's the least I can do.
Thank you. Oh man, I've actually been accused of boosting my account somehow. I wish I knew how you really did it. Yeah,
no,
that'd be nice.
I have no idea.
Anyway,
I have no idea how you do that,
things
Dave.
Like, you know, what's been going on with your account is amazing, because originally you started on there just to cover a couple of guitars, and you've gone to like 5,000 subscribers. I mean, how can you attribute that other than they just dig your hot body or what?
Well, I don't think it's this body, mate. Certainly, it might be this body or a few of the other wooden bodies I've got hanging around, but certainly not me, buddy. Yeah, 5,600 it ticked over today, and I have to say, every time I'm doing a video now, I'm getting more nervous. When I first started, as you say, I did it just to debunk the Chinese myth that any of these guitars could be any good. And as you and I both know, yeah, they can, but they're also a lot of work. But I never intended to make more than one video, and that video was that very first unboxing. And I've no idea why people find it so interesting. I think it's probably, I don't know, I guess that people have an interest in these things, and the value, you know, the cost and price of them is pretty amazing, and it's pretty difficult to swallow and believe that it's real. So I think that's why people watch. But yeah, you know.
Sure. Yeah. Have you looked at your gender schematic like the YouTube provides? I think it's like 90% homosexuals watch your show.
Mainly is, yeah. But once again, Dave, you know, it's mainly your friends.
That's it. They're all homosexual.
It's all the people in those bars in Texas that you keep on sending my way to subscribe, man. That's
those closet homos.
That's it, yeah.
Oh my God. Oh man, if you know, I've not had much sleep the last couple of days.
Yeah, how are you?
Anyway,
are you well, my friend? Are you good?
Yeah, I'm doing really good.
Cool.
Good
man.
Spirits, good mood. You know, I got that really hot bod in front of me. I'm getting all hot and flustered over watching you. I'll do a button or two.
Hey, stop right there, Dave.
Show your bum again.
People are going to talk. People are going to talk. No, my butt doesn't go on camera anymore. I've been very careful to hide that ever since people were obviously having a look, and that's a bit perturbing. In fact, I had one guy say, "Oh, look, he's got a tail," because I used to have this this microphone cable that I connect up to the camera, and that was hanging out of my out of the back of my shirt, and they said, "I've got a tail. He's got a tail." So yeah, I definitely don't show my butt anymore. The only bit anybody gets to see is the ugly mug.
Well, I've learned not to shoot the video down towards my lap now. Learned that the hard way.
Nice.
I wasn't even trying to show off my junk, you know. Like damn.
Nobody wants to see that. No, the world isn't ready for that yet, Dave.
Yeah, I would make sure it's at least a semi-stiffy. You know?
Oh man, dear oh dear. I'm glad this is going on your channel, because my channel's completely clean. Yeah,
so anyway, let me ask you a serious question, okay?
Okay, mate. I'll put my serious face on. Hang on.
You're doing these videos. Oh, there he goes. Very serious looking. You're scary looking. Now. Serious question, okay? Yeah. Where do you go from here? I mean, you've got your YouTube channel up, you've got your internet channel up. you're doing the custom guitars, the own label guitars. Where do you go from there?
Well, you see, the YouTube channel and the China Guitar Skeptic website really are just there to inform people and to help. You know, I've carried on doing this. I can't deny that it's fun. You know, the first video, you know, it was just to show people that I was going to get a load of junk, and then I didn't, and so they've kind of snowballed from there. The guitar channel is really to give people an alternative, so that all those people who come on to my channel suggesting that I'm promoting these damn things, I can at least turn around and say to them, no, I'm not. And not only am I not promoting them, but look, I'm trying my best to provide a viable alternative and get people excited in getting good value guitars from China, you know, without infringing the copyrights. I don't know if you saw the latest video. Oh no, sorry, I forgot, you don't watch any of my videos. But on my latest video, I've designed a headstock, which I'm really pleased with. That's over on the Milton Guitars channel. And yeah,
phallic?
Huh?
Is it phallic in shape?
It's kind of phallic, typical of you, Dave. No, it's not completely phallic. I'll tell you what it reminds me of. It's like a squashed down version of a... Stop it! It's like a squashed down version of a Strat with a slight telly shape to it. You need to go and have a look, buddy. You need to go. I'm sure you have seen it. Really, you're just busting my chops. But yeah, I'm really pleased with that, and it's it sure is. And the thing is, it's giving people a proper, viable alternative that people can go out there. They can go on to either of my channels and see these guitars and these instruments for what they are, and not only that, but they don't have to go out and infringe trademarks. They can have their own logo put on the headstock. They can have a slightly different headstock shape, and they can have a truly customized personal instrument, which I think is far better than trying to pretend somebody's got a Gibson Les Paul. I mean, I never really was that into Les Pauls, if I'm honest. I had one years and years ago, but it wasn't my favourite guitar. I have to say, I love this Greeny Moore. I really, really do. But I've done so much to make it playable. You know, I've changed out the bridge, the saddle. Sorry, the tailpiece. That's the word. I've changed out the nut for a Tusk nut. I've done the Greeny Moore mod on the or the Peter Green mod on the neck pickup, and I'm in the process of about to rewire it and shield it properly as well. But this guitar only plays well because I've done so much work on it, you know.
Well, yeah, the more money you throw at these things, obviously, and they become equal to a Les Paul studio, basically.
Well, there you go.
Same money for a fake.
So anyway, sorry, I didn't answer your question properly. Where to go from here is really up to the good people on YouTube. If they keep on subscribing, if they're interested, and we get a decent builder, and I've got a couple of factories interested at the moment in China, but one particularly that I think will work out quite well. If they can make a really good value guitar, this first prototype that I'm sending off for, and I can guarantee the quality for people, then yeah, I may well look into taking some orders, letting people buy some, because it's just a good alternative. I'm meant to be the skeptic, the China Guitar Skeptic, and what good is it if I do a channel only showing the Chinese fakes? I really need to offer a viable alternative, otherwise I don't remain skeptical anymore.
Exactly. Of course, you know, like with my channel, I've only got a couple more I want to show to people to make sure they realize what they're getting into.
Yeah. And
that's pretty much it. It's like after that, I've shown all the ones that there are to show.
Yeah, I kind of feel like I've done my bit as well, but I think the thing is, all the time that there is interest, and people are subscribing and commenting and being very supportive. You know, I'm incredibly lucky that most, if not all, of the people that come onto my channel are polite and they're supportive. But what I don't want to get into is I don't want to be dealing with a channel where it's full of trolls and that sort of thing. And as I was saying to you last night, I found that actually the best way to deal with that is to moderate the comments. I let all comments come through. If people want to be critical of me, I welcome that. I do. I'm very much for free speech. But what I don't accept and what I will never allow to go on my channel, because there's young people that watch it, are any profanities or any personal unnecessary comments. You know what it's like. You've had your fair share yourself. But
yeah, I've got rid of the trolls. I've just let the ogres and the gnomes come on.
And a couple of warlocks.
Exactly. They're okay. They don't curse too much. They curse in some kind of weird, hell knows what it means, you know.
Yeah. Well, you know,
casting some kind of spell over. Watch his videos.
Well, I think it must be the type of bars that you frequent,
Dave.
Dave.
You contribute your success is to the fact that you. What's that again?
I didn't say anything. I was just noodling. Sorry, I'm being very naughty while you're talking.
Contact.
I'm noodling. Can you hear me? I can hear you. Sorry, folks. The satellite link has temporarily gone down.
The main thing is that yeah, it's kind of cutting in and out.
I've got you.
But the thing is, I think the reason you're so successful at this is that you know, you got a very pleasant attitude towards this. And the people what they want to see, okay. The hot bodies, like percent of it, you know, for all those gay people out there, and the fact that you know you have that bra back, you know, behind that green curtain, you got that door.
Hey Dave, the only thing I will say is I just try.
Full of little babies.
I just try and keep it real. Do you know what I mean? And that's not being glib or. I don't know, or trying to be anything really other than honest. That's all I try to do. I try to tell people exactly what I think in a polite, hopefully well articulated way, and in a way that most people can understand and enjoy as well. You know, that's why I put all these silly backgrounds up and stuff like that. I just want to keep it interesting. And you know, the intro, man, that gets some comments. Am I going to be sued by DreamWorks? Yeah, I'm sure they're knocking on my back door right now. Actually, I'm not. Take that back. I take that back. There's no backdoor comments in front of Dave in Texas, because I know where that's going to head.
Oh man! Now, remember. Remember that you can't step on a few too many toes out there. You have to be careful about that, because I've come to that conclusion myself after being threatened a few times.
Yeah.
But yeah, let me ask you this. I mean, oh, I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought there for a second.
It's okay. It'll come around in a second. Stay at the station. The name of your guitar is what's it going to be? Is it Milton? Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Okay. You have a copy that you can show the people, or?
I do. I'll put it up right here.
Available now?
When I edit the video. No, it's not available. Not available. I won't release anything to anybody or recommend or suggest anything to anybody until I am 100% happy that the quality can be guaranteed. Because what's the point? They might as well just go and get their own done. You know, I need to give them some form of guarantee that that anything that comes from me will be of a standard that's worth having. You know, and what I think I'll probably end up doing in the first instance is if people are interested, then I'll probably order 2 or 3, and I'll do all of the setup work on them myself, and then perhaps release 2 or 3 and see if it's popular. I'm not looking to be the next Rob Chapman or anything like that. I'm not looking to set up and be the next Grover Jackson or Leo Fender. No, it's not. I just want to give people an alternative to the stuff that I'm telling them it's not worth wasting their money on.
Yeah. Now, what's your price line on these?
No idea. No idea. At the moment,
Okay.
the prototype is going to cost me a significant amount more than the fakes cost, because they've got to set it up as a bespoke project. So I think I'm probably looking at $500 or $600 they've indicated initially to get that made, which over here is sort of £350. But it's got good spec on it. You know, the pickups are not fakes. They're going to be. I won't announce that yet, because actually that's one of the things that I probably let people vote on my Milton Guitars channel. But certainly, you know, that it's got locking tuners on it, and it's got a very nice floating trem in sort of the Wilkinson style floating trem with a push-in whammy bar. So, you know, and it'll have a bone nut as well. So all the things that you look for. It's going to be a solid maple cap. It's going to be a solid one-piece mahogany back. It's going to be a bolt-on neck, which I'm toying with bird's eye maple at the moment. But all of those things you pay a little bit extra for, and the fact that it's going to come, and I expect it to be set up really, really well. Do you know what I mean?
Oh yeah. Now, when do you find all your time for all this? When you're doing your channel, you're doing your own work, you're being a family man, you've obviously got young children.
Yeah.
Where do you find all that? And of course then try to answer your mail.
Well, I find answering the mail the hardest thing of all, and I'm forever apologising when I do get round to it. And I've tried to prioritise the order in which I reply to people as well. I reply first to those that email me direct at chinaguitarskeptic@gmail.com, and then I try to reply to the personal inbox in YouTube, and then if I get round to it, I try and answer all of the comments that I think, you know, hopefully in some sort of priority order of deserving or meriting an answer. I never answer the trolls, I just delete them, and people that want to make unnecessary negative comments, I just delete them and block them. But it does take a lot of time. Yeah, just today I've had, I think, about 60 odd and about 25 normal emails.
Now, I'm really careful about that, since I answer the warlocks. I do it for sure because they can put spells on you. But I kind of tweak the nose of the trolls and the gnomes and the ogres. I kind of just screw with them.
Yeah.
Like, I give them a few answers, get rid of them. And of course, I send those, you know, up yours type of things. They have no magic. They can't, you know, make your wee tiny like the warlocks can and have. Oh God.
Never mind.
But exactly. Anyway, on your time frame for your rollout for the guitar, is there an idea when it's going to be coming out for people to actually, you know, place that first order?
I'd love to say yes, Dave. And
when can I get in line?
No, I'd love to say yes, and I'd love to give you, of all people, as one of my really good friends on YouTube, I'd love to give you the first exclusive heads up. But the answer simply is I won't and can't do it until I've got some sort of idea and control over the quality, which means that I'll have to get the first prototype, see how that comes out. If it's really good, I may order another. I may order another 2 or 3, which I will personally set up and do any of the work on that I feel makes it anything less than how I would like a guitar to come to me, and then I might think about it. But that could be, you know, that could be 6 more months worth of videos and 4 or 5 more prototypes for all I know. But the thing is, I'm trying. What I'm doing is I'm trying to do something. There's a lot of people that are out there slating all of us that are in this sort of Chinese guitar appreciation or skepticism club, but none of them are actually offering anybody an alternative, and that's all I've been trying to do, is try to work towards giving a serious alternative, so that when people say, you know, you shouldn't be highlighting these guitars, people shouldn't be buying them, and I'm you know, fantastically trying to say, no, I agree with you, I totally agree, nobody should be buying these, and I'm not encouraging them. The only way I can prove that I'm not encouraging them is to give them a viable alternative. So in terms of the timescale, when it's right, and as soon as it's right, if people are interested, I'm sure that people will ask. You're the first person that's asked me if they can buy one of the Milton guitars. Most of the people that I get asking if they can buy guitars want to buy this or Tiger. You know, Tiger is here. There she is. My other favourite one from China. I just keep out because I actually enjoy playing it from time to time. So
I get that all the time on my Black Beauty. People trying to buy it. I say, oh no, I can't. I want to go to jail for it.
Well, it's not so much that I'm worried about going to jail because you know it's. I'm not going to sell them. It's the principle of the thing. Quite aside from it being illegal, they're not for sale. You know, they're fakes.
They're your guitars.
They're
your guitars, the ones you worked on.
Yeah, and
of course, what the thing is, these guys want to buy them, offer me like $350, the same price I paid for them, or put $1,000 worth of work into them. I said, sure, I'll buy one of those myself.
I mean, this at the moment, I've been very, very lucky because the aluminium tailpiece, which I keep forgetting to mention in my videos, so there it is, folks. This tailpiece is a really nice lightweight aluminium tailpiece, and this Goto bridge are both very, very kind donations from a good friend that I've made on YouTube. That's not yourself, although you've been very kind in offering to send me bits and pieces to help. I've had a few sort of offers, and so it's cost me very little, but by the time I'm finished with it, this guitar will have probably stood me in for about at least $500 in your funny old currency there. And it's not about
more above the cost of purchase.
No, that's including the cost. Including the cost. Yeah. I mean, I've just spent I think it was 60 UK pounds on items from Philadelphia luthier tools. Man, that's so hard to say. So yeah, I've spent about
Philadelphia
luthier tools. I've spent another $60 on there. There we go. There's 2 free adverts for them. Perhaps they could have sent me the bits for free next time. Hey. But that's the point.
Good luck with that.
You're totally right in that none of these are for sale. Strictly from the point of view that I think it's immoral. That makes it immoral. Right there. I'm never going to sell anything.
Exactly.
I'm never ever going to sell anything with somebody else's brand name on a fake instrument. It's just not the way I am. I disagree with it. The whole reason, and the reason I'm called the China Guitar Skeptic, was I didn't think I was going to get any sort of decent guitar, if a guitar at all. Yet they have been a surprise. Yes, they can sound okay. They can sound really good. But not out of the box, not straight away, and they all need a lot of work, as you well know, my friend. You've done more than I have, and they're not a 5-minute job. This one has so far taken about 9 hours work. This one I probably spent at least 9 hours just on fret leveling and addressing the frets. You know, not to mention swapping out the pickups, the pots, the switches. This the original on this one. I've got some string dampeners in the back. Now that was all of a 30-second job, that one. But you know, 30 seconds of very, very hard work.
You know, the toughest thing for me to try to get my mind around is the fact that the last one I ordered, that 1960 tribute one, it sounded really nice out of the box. It didn't play very well, but it sounded really good. It's like, what the hell?
They're getting better and better. They are getting so much better, my friend. Yeah. The Martin.
That was scary.
Do you know the thing that stopped me really wanting to buy another one without my name on the headstock? And that was the Martin, the D45. I mean, seriously, that guitar, I'm sitting here looking at it thinking I ought to go and get it and play it for you, but I will have to pause the video because nobody is seeing my butt.
Well, we actually enjoy that part. That's the highlight of the video is your butt.
You're so naughty. You're so naughty. Right, I'm gonna go out sideways. Look.
Oh, tease! You're such a cheap tease. There it is. We saw it.
Get out of it. You did not. You
we
did
saw
not.
It. Yes, we did.
Right.
Review the video. Got a side angle shot of it. Not bad. Good crotch shot.
How clever was that?
Good crotch shot.
Thank you so much. Yeah, this D45. I just.
Before on your other videos, it didn't quite sound like a Martin.
What was that?
On this one, we just played sounds like a Martin. On the previous videos, it didn't quite sound like a Martin because all we could hear was the mid-range.
Yeah.
We could hear the lows and highs that we just did.
Yeah, that was down to my poor recording technique. I don't do much acoustic guitar recording. And what I had the decent diaphragm mic almost directly in front of the sound hole, whereas actually you should record it at about the 12th fret.
Exactly.
Yeah, and I know that, my bad. I should have looked at my my old studio notes, because I did used to record, and I remembered as soon as somebody said to me on my channel, please put it by the 12th fret. But I will do another video with this, because and with the mic in the right position. In fact, I might even go into a dead room studio and actually get it done with a nice dead room, and then just treat it with a slight bit of ambience afterwards. Because this guitar, I will be perfectly honest, frightened the living daylights out of me. For what it is, it's shocking. It's shockingly good. The inside is a piece of rubbish, as you've seen on the video, which I did specially for you.
Thank you very much.
That's a pleasure, my friend. That's the very least I could do with all the support and kindness you've shown me while I've been, doing these videos. And the inside's rubbish, but the outside of it, yes, it's not great that these are two different colours, the two top joins, but everything else about it, the way it plays, the way it sounds, it's just I've never owned a Martin guitar. I did say that on my channel before I even bought the Martin, and the reason I did it was because people asked me to. It's a little bit like the Les Pauls. I'm definitely a PRS man. All the way. I love my PRSs, real ones and fake ones. But I only bought what people were demanding to see, because again, the channel and the reason I've kept it going has all been to help people out and show them what they want to see, and hopefully give them a good idea of what they can expect. And I'm trying to show them, don't go out and waste your pennies on these things, not unless you want to do lots of work on them, because they're lots of work, they're a lot of time and effort. But this Martin came, I got it out of the box and I tuned it up, and it's the first one that I've actually been able to tune out of the box, because it hasn't had intonation issues. Obviously it's a fixed bridge, which was rather lucky. Sorry, a fixed saddles. I know that this bit's called the saddles. I don't need everybody on my channel to tell me that this wooden bit is the bridge and these are the saddles. Yeah, I understand that's the saddle. And it has actually, it's even got a self-gradiated saddle as well, so it does sit back into the right intonation spots. But this came out, it tuned up, it stayed in tune, and it stayed in tune for the entirety of the video. And if you notice on that very first unboxing video, I just noodle around on it for about 5 or 6 minutes while I'm showing pictures of this, and that was all in one take. And all of my unboxing videos, all of my videos in fact, other than where I have the odd blooper, which I tend to put on the back of them anyway, my videos are all one take. exactly as yours are, and exactly as this one has. We haven't broken away, we haven't done a cut in, we haven't done anything like that. It's all one take, and this was so inspiring that I was able to play the music to back up the close-up photos, the decent photos of it, all the way through, and it stayed in tune the whole way. And I've only tuned it about twice, and I've used it on stage in a show already, and people are just astounded with the sound of it, and I've been blown away. And that's what made me decide, right, that's enough, no more with anybody's name on the headstock other than mine. If I can get another one of these made, I'd like to have a Milton Martin, if you like, a Milton D45. That would be great. A slight change of the headstock shape or something, just to make it not be infringing the copyrights, you know, because, okay, yeah. I'm going to say it how it is. American guitars are too expensive. They're way overpriced. I totally accept that, and that's the argument that everybody puts forward when they're saying, oh well, if they weren't so expensive we wouldn't have this black market. Yeah, I totally agree. They are too expensive for what they are, and that's down to simple economics. It's supply and demand. People will pay that money, so they will charge that money. And it doesn't make direct counterfeiting right or legitimate or ethically right, and I don't agree with it. I know I've bought all these guitars, but these have been to try and show how much work needs doing on them, and to encourage folks not to buy trademark infringing instruments. You know, I want them to put their own names up there and be really proud of it, you know, especially if the amount of work that they've got to put into them to get them playing right. Yeah, there'd be nothing that I'd be more proud of than having my name here rather than Gibson, and a slightly different headstock shape maybe, because I understand that the Dove Wing or the Book Match, whatever it is, name of the
Open Book.
The Open Book, that's the one. Thank you. Yeah, I understand that that's a trademarked shape, and potentially could. I've seen thousands of copies by legitimate copiers with that same shape, so I guess they're not too particular about it. But if somebody had done all that work on a guitar with their own name on it, surely they'd be much more proud of it and enjoy showing people.
I just think that my opinion is not, the guitars aren't too expensive. It's just that what you want is driving those prices of those guitars up. Now, less people that buy those guitars, they've got to do something with the prices or come down somehow.
Yeah.
With those crazy prices. But remember, still you can get a Les Paul standard brand new out of the box for $2 grand. Okay.
Yeah. In the States you can. You come over here, man, and you won't see any change out of 3,000, maybe £3,500.
Oh yeah.
That's a lot of money.
They're expensive.
That's like nearly $5,000.
Yeah, you're paying that VAT tax though.
Well, of course we are.
Here,
yeah.
Over here, we'll ship in and you know all that good stuff too. But over here, they're $2 grand. Okay.
Yeah.
And that's not that much for the guitar that you're getting for Les Paul, you know, standard.
No, I agree. Yeah. If I was in the States, I would not buy one of these over a Les Paul standard any day of any given week. I would never do it because it's ridiculously affordable, really, when you think about it. $2,000 is about £1,700. It's a lot of money for a guitar, but it's not an unreasonable amount. I mean, try buying one of these over here. You know, you're looking at 3,500, maybe 4,000 for a top end custom 24 with a you know a really nice top on it, a 10 top. Yeah, you can get the SEs for 600 quid. That's still over $1,000 US for the SEs.
That makes sense. That makes sense when you want one of those. Now over here, they can always buy a studio.
Yeah.
You know, with every part on it they want for the same money to pay for the modified one that you're looking at now. It's like $1,200. You can get a very nice custom-made studio guitar, but it doesn't have the bling on it. It doesn't have the fancy headstock. It doesn't have the binding on it.
Yeah.
But I've told a bunch of people, you know, that faceplate that's on those Gibsons, the diamonds, the flower pots, the palms, you can buy those faceplates for $50 from England.
Yeah.
And just glue it on yourself.
Yeah. You know, I was thinking about getting one for Greenie Moore, but obviously with Greenie Moore, she's meant to be like a tribute guitar to Gary Moore, so I left the Gibson logo on that. But I may do it with the others. I might do it with oh, what was the first one called? Purple Haze? No, that's the
no, that's the
Mitzi.
No,
Mitzi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The thing is, those faceplates, you can order one with anything you want on it, or you can actually get a Gibson one that replaces. You buy a studio guitar, studio Les Paul.
Yeah.
Put on there a custom headstock plate.
Yeah, I mean, it's still people pretending to have something they haven't got. You know, that's what these are. That's
what they are.
That's what these are. And you know, does it make it any better to buy a studio and put a custom headstock on it, or you know? I think what's more important, and what should be more important to every guitarist, every serious guitarist, what should be more important is how you play, and what you play, and how you enjoy it, and how other people enjoy it. If you're playing for yourself, sat away in a bedroom, who are you kidding? Nobody. If you're playing in front of a big audience and you've got a fake, or you've got one with a fake a headstock plate on it, who are you kidding? Yeah, you might kid a few people in the audience, but in there, where it really matters, you know what that is, and they know what that is, and you know, if it's an ego trip, that's the wrong reason. That's not musicianship, and that's not artistry. You know, and we're supposed to be artists, guitar players.
Well, the thing is, there's so many people that are not professionals that play them just a couple times a week.
Yeah.
They just want one because everyone has one. Their star, like Slash has one.
Yeah. But Slash doesn't. You know? Slash doesn't. His Les Paul was not made by Gibson.
Well, yeah, but people don't know that.
Well, they do.
The thing is, well, most people do. But the thing is, they want one that says Slash on it.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
But the thing is,
if they
when you look at it, those people are not professional guitar players.
Well, I'll tell you what. If they want to pay me $20 a go, I'll Slash on it for them.
But those guys are not pros.
No.
Okay. A professional takes this off his income tax.
Yeah.
So he can spend $5,000 without blinking.
Well, isn't he lucky? You know, yeah, he can write that down against tax, but he's still got to earn that $5,000, Dave. You know, he can't just suddenly magic that out of thin air. He's not being given that by the government. That's a rebate on tax he's had to pay. So you know, it's like myself. I pay for these all out of that back pocket. And we've had this conversation before. And when I'm done with them, the only alternative I have is to either gouge the name out and change the shape of the headstock and tell people that it's that I'm selling it as a copy, an unbranded copy. I've got to take off the Made in USA. Oh, this one hasn't got Made in USA, which is quite a nice touch actually. This has just got CC01V 042 as a serial marking. Yeah. So this one would be okay because I could just literally scratch that out and touch it up. But when I come to be finished with them, they're either going to have to be defaced or destroyed, and all that money is going down the loo. I mean, I won't be getting rid of them anyway. They won't be going out on my site. Certainly not with that still on the headstock.
Let your kids have them.
No. My kids are going to have the real thing.
Okay. They can destroy a real one.
If they're into it, Dave, you know...
At the age of 6, give them a real one. Watch your heart bleed.
No.
Daddy, can I use a crayon on the pick?
No, when they get older, if any of them are interested, I've got plenty...
Think about that, giving you a 6-year-old a real Les Paul.
But you know what? The 6-year-old has had to play on this and had a bit of a noodle around, and you know, I'm not worried about whether it gets dropped or scratched or felt tip on it or crayon. You know, it doesn't matter. But if they take it seriously, then
well, yeah.
I will later in life, they can have, I've got any number of real guitars that I could just give them. You know, they don't need a fake. They're not going to be a better player by playing something with Gibson on the headstock than they are by playing something with Squire on the headstock, or with Aria on the headstock, or, you know, with Vox or K or Burns or anything like that. They're not going to be a better player just because of the name of the guitar. And that's what people have to realise, and I think most people that subscribe to my channel get me and get what I'm saying. I don't think they think that the name on the headstock makes them better players. I just think it's an ego thing. I think people want to have the name brand guitar, and I think also, and I can totally understand this, and I think it's actually quite probably one of the most addictive parts about these, which is that you can have that and pretend you've got it for so little money. You know, it's almost pocket change. Do you know what I mean?
Well, what do you think about the Rondo and Agile copies of the Les Pauls? Yeah,
I've seen, and I've been encouraged by so many people to get hold of one. I'm actually thinking about buying one for the channel. I haven't played one, I'm going to be perfectly honest, but from the pictures I've seen and from the comments I've seen, it seems like they're very good value guitars. So yeah, I might get one and try one out and do a bit of a video on it. But we'll have to wait and see. I've got the project guitar that is really my baby at the moment. Finishing this and doing the first Milton guitar, the telly, and getting that prototype right is my priority. And as you've alluded to, you're perfectly right, I don't have a great deal of spare time to get online and make lots of videos and do all of this, so I have to prioritise it into little compartments of time. Like, how many months have we been intending to do this response to my 50th video? You know, I'm now on 72nd video, and we've just got round to this. You know.
Oh man, time is just killer, because like you said, trying to take care of these channels, it can really get ahead of you.
Yeah.
It really does on me many times. Like, holy shit, I spent all day answering mail.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I can sit down and I do some of my work from home. I'm fortunate in that respect, but I can sometimes be, you know, very busy doing proper work in inverted commas, and I'll take a 5-minute coffee break, and I can easily get swallowed up for half an hour, and then I think, well, that's it. I've done my lunch break now, replying to people, you know, when I need to get on with work, because I've got a lot of. I don't want to say too much about my private life. As you know, I'm a very private person, like you are. But I've got a very, well, I would say very high-pressure job with a lot of responsibility. So I can't afford to be sitting around and replying to these in the daytime. But you can get caught up in it. I spend so much of my evening and spare time though trying to keep up with people and be polite. I hope people don't think that it's rude if it takes me 2 weeks to reply to a comment. They have to understand that I've probably had another 150 that day to try and get through. But like yourself, I do try and reply to as much as I can. But you know, 5,600 subscribers, you can imagine, and the videos go up, and normally I'm getting around about 100 to 200 views a day, and that can generate 50 or 60 comments quite easily.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, my stats are pretty frightening. That's why I get nervous making these videos now, because I look at the stats and just the amount of views in the last 30 days. We're talking 300,000 views in 30 days. It's like, that's scary. That's a lot of time, people watching me. At any given time, there are, I think, 18 people in the world watching one of my videos at any given moment, night or day. That really is a sobering and pretty scary thought, you know. From a channel that was meant to be one video, it's gone through the roof. You know, I'm very flattered and delighted.
You need to start a political party and control the world now.
I'll settle for having a few people actually save a few dollars on of their hard-earned cash. You know, some people that perhaps aren't as fortunate as we are, you know, that would have to save up even to get one of these, you know. And there are people, a lot of people on my channel that are in that position, and I really do. I don't want them to waste good money on a guitar that's going to take them a lot of time and effort and a lot more money to get it right. You know, I want to give them the right answers, and I'll keep making these videos all the time people are interested, and all the time that they're showing an interest and supporting it. I'll keep making them. I like it. I enjoy it now. I didn't to begin with. I started off feeling very self-conscious, sat in front of a camera. It wasn't something I'd ever done or thought about doing before. But I've gone through sort of phases of feeling that I quite enjoy it, that I'm actually making a connection with people during these videos, and I've gone full circle to being nervous as heck now, because I'm thinking how many people are watching it.
Well, the main thing is like they're getting a lot of joy out of it, otherwise they wouldn't be watching. So you're getting them something they want, okay?
Yeah, I hope so.
Now, as far as ruling the world, I think you should consider that a little bit, you know, more closely. You run for some kind of party over there in England.
Yeah, probably the
Prime Minister's.
Probably the drunk on a Saturday night party. That would probably suit me. You know, my penchant for all things Tennessee whiskey. You know.
Start your own party.
Yeah, the Jack Daniels party. Oh, I said it. Sorry, I shouldn't be endorsing alcohol, should I? So
drop names.
Yeah. My good friend Jack, and his and his brother that comes in the morning, club hammer to the back of my head.
There you go.
We all do it, mate. We all do it. I enjoy a nice drink on a Saturday night, but just as much as the next guy. Trouble is, the next guy is Keith Richards, and just before him on the other side, I've got Pete Best.
I have seen you put away some liquor in my time, just on the videos and our conversations. Well, you put half a bottle away once, like, holy cow.
Yeah, and we were only on for 10 minutes.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
But, you know, when you look back at it and you think of all these videos that you're doing, how will these be perceived in a couple of years when this craze has gone its way? Do you think they'll actually still be doing this in 2 years?
No, I don't. I hope they're not. I hope that people will have, I don't know, the sense to look for value and look for nice playable instruments rather than counterfeits. Yeah, I think there's always going to be a small minority market for it, for the counterfeit trade, but I hope that the governments, not the companies, it shouldn't be down to the companies to enforce this kind of thing. This is international fraud from a country that frankly should know better. And I think also it should serve as a wake-up call to a lot of the American manufacturers that charge too much for young kids and that to get into it. I can see them perhaps thinking about going down the legal avenue first, but I hope that some of these, you know, the Gibson and the PRS and the Rickenbackers and the Martins, I hope they actually stop and think, why are people doing this, and look and see how many youngsters there are that are buying these, because so many people on my channel are youngsters that can't afford to buy the real thing, and I hope that it makes those companies think, well, hang on, let's take out all the costs, let's strip it all back and sell them at almost at cost to students that can prove that they're students. You know, anyone that can produce an ID card or a license to say they're at college, or that they're a first time, you know, driving license or whatever. We give these guitars to them at $10 over cost, so that they can play them. The only thing is, I can see what that would do, because people would go out and they'd make their kids buy the guitars, and then there'd be a whole black market.
You found me a couple of guitars.
But you know, maybe for colleges, you know, give the damn things to colleges and let them loan them out for the duration of people's attendance at college, so that kids don't want to go and get one of these and be disappointed. You know, that's not cool, that's not nice, and it's, I think it could be avoided. But I think in general the cost of the American guitars needs to drop somewhat, because people can't afford to be paying the prices that they want for the badges. Especially when there's so many good alternatives out there, and if I can add to that pile of alternatives with a decent alternative brand of my own, fantastic. I may be doing that. You know, we'll see how it goes. But no,
now, on those Rondos and Agile guitars,
yeah.
I've test driven both of those brands,
yeah,
a couple of each in the different price ranges, and believe it or not, they're playing the exact same guitar you have sitting beside you.
Really?
Right out of the box.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Same guitar, exactly same. I imagine they came from the same place. The only thing difference is the color patterns.
Yeah.
They have a brighter, more gaudy color pattern than the Gibson copies do.
Right. Right.
The Agile and Rondos is like, this is a pretty shitty guitar. It's pretty much like the piece of shit I got from China.
Oh, really?
I was like, well, now what do you do?
So they need some work as well, do they? The Agiles and the Rondos.
You got to modify them up. Even the ones that sell for $600, you got to modify them up.
No, well, perhaps you just,
you know, nut work, need the whole thing on. The same thing you did to that one.
Yeah.
Those do too.
Well, perhaps you've just saved me a lot of money then, my friend. Perhaps I won't bother with getting an Agile and trying one out, because if that's the case, I'm not looking for more work. You know, I'd like to think that if I found one and that the Agiles or the Rondos were really good, then it would be something that I could switch people onto and say buy these instead of the fakes, because they're as good, if not better, than the real thing. Whereas some of these are a POS, as you would say over there. This one came with a cracked neck, for goodness sake, and people think that I'm mad for saying that I liked it. You know, yeah, I do like it. It's just a nice looking guitar, and I wanted to fix it up. But actually,
that's the guitar that actually got me to go ahead and give up my seller's contact name, because not only did you get one of the cracked neck, I had about a dozen other viewers that wrote me and told me they got the wrong models at the end of the year.
Yeah.
They got the wrong colors. Two of them didn't get guitars at all.
Yeah.
So all of a sudden, at the end of the year, no one was getting what they were ordering.
Yeah.
So I said, all right, fine. If you want the name of my seller, here they are. And I've been contacting them, making sure that everybody that buys one from my seller gets what they want. If they don't, then I don't pass it out anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But the cost for my seller is $450 compared to $350 for that junker that you may get this broken.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing.
And then people go, oh, I don't want to pay $450 for that guitar, but they're getting a solid neck, they're getting binding over the, you know, they're getting the same stuff you order anyway.
Yeah. The thing is, though, even with your seller, Dave, and even with my better sellers, they're all at some stage unreliable. They don't. I haven't found one seller yet that I can guarantee that I'm going to get a good guitar from.
Oh, so far, knock on wood, this guy's come through for everyone. Saying, "Oh God, please don't screw it up now."
Oh, well, no, it's only a matter of time, my friend. It's only a matter of time.
You know what it is. You know what it is, because they only can watch so many going through their doors, because they are middlemen. They're not manufacturers.
Exactly that.
As you well know.
Yeah, there's only about 6 factories.
Exactly. But let me ask you this. When it comes right down to it, why don't those people go to a studio? It's a real Les Paul. It's really made by Gibson. They're $650 for a base one.
Yeah.
And you're going to pay the same price as you would for a modified fake.
If they're in the States, they've got absolutely no reason not to go and buy themselves.
There you go.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I don't think so either. I think they want that extra bling, which is only the binding and the headstock cover. That's it.
Ego. Ego. Ergo.
Exactly.
Ego. What more do we need to say, eh?
And I still can't figure out the freaking shellac on those things. On the Chinese is all wrong. It's all shiny. It's not supposed to be.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I just think it's from people that don't have an idea or a clue what a real Gibson sounds like. And that brings me to my next question. What do you think about those people that claim that the one they got from China sounds great and plays great right out of the box? Do you think they're just full of it or what?
I've seen a couple of unboxing videos, and I think you and I both have a mutual friend or acquaintance or somebody that we both know and have been in touch with, and I've seen a couple of those unboxing videos. I've alluded to a couple of issues that I have with them. Yes, I don't want to say that I feel that anybody is lying or fabricating. I think that I'm not sure what the intention is, but one thing I can say is that I don't believe that those unboxings are legitimate unboxings. I think that where they've come out of a package that's been retaped, it makes me sceptical. Where it comes out of a package where at exactly 4 minutes 30 you get a glimpse of the back of the box and see that all the seams have already been slit on the other side. No, I doubt somehow that that's come straight out and not had a little bit of setup and work done on it. I know that some people want to promote them as if they're the channel for Chinese or Gibson guitars, and you know, that's not something that I've ever been interested in. It's kind of snowballed a bit, and I've got quite a number of subscribers now, but I still don't profess to know everything that there is to know and be the authority on it. I'm just being honest. I'm just being the people on the other side of that camera. I'm there vicariously for them. So what you see is what you get. I open it up, I play it, I say it how it is, and I tell the truth. There's no more or no less to me than that. I've no hidden agenda. Everything I've done, I've been completely honest and upfront about, including why I'm doing my own guitar prototype. There's nothing for me to hide. When some people are unboxing them saying they're fantastic, or yeah, you know, I get this one and I haven't need to set up anything, or all the frets have been level and the intonation's been right. I'm sorry, I've never opened a box yet where the frets have all, well, I tell a lie, this was the thing that scared me. This one I haven't done a thing to, and I pick this up every day and play it because it is a beauty to play, and I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to lie. But as far as these go,
there's no leverage on your
even as far as these go, you know, even the replacement, where I'm 99% sure that the seller, the agent in China, sent it to me and knew exactly who I was and what I was doing. Even that one came out of the box, and with its one-piece complete neck, with its one piece, which actually turned out to be two pieces. I found the second piece on that, by the way. Two-piece body, with everything absolutely pristine. Even that, the frets were up and down like a fiddler's elbow. The intonation was out. The saddles needed sorting out to get the intonation right. Not only intonation, but the height of the bridge and the relief on the neck, the angle of the neck on pretty much all of these. They have a nasty habit of setting the neck just very slightly too far back. So all the bridges are high to get that compensation for that steep neck break. And all of that is I'd like to see close-up pictures of anybody that's got something that resembles or gets even anywhere close to being like a real Gibson, which is what some people are claiming out there. I'm not in the business of mentioning people, or I don't want to get into some sort of verbal discourse with them. You know, I don't want anything to do with that. I do what I do for my subscribers and for people that are interested in my channel. I support people like you who I feel are honest. I support and will always support people like Brett, my friend, Vambo Strasser, who is out there giving good advice to people on what to do with guitars. The man's a genius. You really got to. But you've met him, obviously. We've had chats together with him. Brett is an absolute 1 in a million diamond guy. I'll support all those people. All the people who want to go on and try to either trick, mislead, or fraud people, or the people out there who sometimes I think take themselves a little bit too seriously. I'd swear at their subscribers. I subscribe to a couple of channels where people treat their subs like pieces of dirt, and I don't do that. I don't never try to talk down to anybody. I'm just trying.
Well, you know, those ones that are right out of the box perfect, you also know that they're really pushing their sellers as well.
Yeah. Well,
that's telling me something right there. That these are fun, because 99% of these guitars, you ask the person, yeah, I had a lot of work to do on it.
Yeah.
99% of them, this 1% says it's perfect out of the box. That's impossible.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you know my thoughts on it. I'm with you all the way on that, Dave. I've not got either a PRS or a Gibson out of the box that hasn't needed significant amount of work doing on it. I've done the work, and that was what I was saying to people. You know, if you can do the work, that's great. You know, you're going to end up, hopefully, fingers crossed, with a guitar that you can enjoy for yourself.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, now, the last one I had good pickups on it when I first started playing, but it had other issues wrong with it.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is, I had a guitar a year ago, same situation. The pickup sounded good and strong, but a month later they both had failed already.
Yeah.
So that one is in Canada right now. That last one, that 1960 tribute one. Yeah. Those pickups could have failed by now.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I've not touched wood. If it is wood, not a veneer or a plastic picture. Touch a picture. No, touch wood. I've not had any problems with tuners. The last few Gibsons that I got, GM, Greenie Moore and Greenie Moore 2, and also, what other one was, what was before that? I can't remember now. It's been so many, I think I'm up to 7 it is now, but the last few have not had any problems with microphonic pickups. I have got waxed potted pickups, and if you watch the Greenie Moore modification that I did on this guitar, on the neck pickup, the Peter Green mod, you'll see that I open up the casing, as you and I have done on private chat several times, and I found plenty of wax in that pickup. You know, these are definitely wax potted. I can see wax around the adjustable pole pieces.
Well, maybe they're changing. Maybe they're actually trying to improve these things.
I think they are. I think they are. But I also think that if they get too good, that's when it'll all be stopped. I read something today on my forum, on the China Guitar Skeptic forum, about a European court ruling to try and make it illegal to import counterfeit goods, and I think it related to something to do with a Rolex watch. But if Europe get on the back of this, we're going to be screwed over here in the UK. There's no way that we'll get anything through customs without it being opened. I think it's amazing to me that so many people in America can get the fakes, because it's your home brand. You know, I can appreciate why over here, with the prices as they are, some powers that be might be willing to turn a blind eye. And the whole reason that we're protected as buyers, as consumers, is that we can't be expected to buy at distance over the internet and know that this is not a real Gibson or a real PRS, which is why it's not illegal to buy them, because there's no way that you can know. You just think it's a really cheap deal. I mean, you've got to be pretty special to believe that, but you know, that's why we're protected. But if they do clamp down on it, that'll be it. And so I think that's what will come eventually. You have to be
a real Gumby not to realize that's a fake, you know.
Especially if you're doing the right thing, as I suggest and as you suggest, which is to get them to send you pictures of the real thing before they send it. You're going to know from the first moment you look at those photographs. You know, you can tell the shape on the round or at the top is on a lot of them, it comes out about 2 inches before it starts curving. I mean, this one's pretty good. The only thing you ever need to do is to ask them to remove that and have a look at the truss rod, because the one thing that I've been told for sure, I've even heard that they can get ABR1 bridges, or you can send them and they'll put them on them, but the one thing that they won't or can't do, I don't know why, is they can't, or they won't replicate the truss rod adjuster. and I think that may be indicative, as we've said before, of there being some. I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but there may be some collusion there with Gibson, I feel. But it's not for me to say. That's for people to make up their own minds on. All I'm doing is showing them what happens when you buy them, what they come like out of the box, and also I hope I'm trying to help them, show them how to do some of the work very cheaply and easily. And I do that mainly for the youngsters, you know, for the kids that buy them that don't have the spare income to lose. We'll see. I hope that my channel and its reason for being is defunct in a few years, definitely.
Now I thought back when I started my channel 3 years ago,
yeah,
this couldn't possibly go on for 3 years.
No,
but it happened. It's like, holy cow! So originally, when I started doing this, Barack Obama was on a what is it, Speak to the Nation type of thing that he does here.
Yeah.
Saying that he was going to crack down on the counterfeits coming into the United States, and mentioned Gibson by name.
Really?
And talk to the union address, right?
State of the Union address, yeah.
Yes, exactly. You know more about than I do.
Well, you know, we used to history over here, Dave. We've got some, you see.
Oh, we got all of 200 years worth. A drop in the bucket. But you know, he actually came on and gave that speech. I thought, well, this is going to crack down in a year or so. Then everybody rushes out to buy these things. So they knew they're going to get shut down.
Yeah.
And then there was the rumor that, hey, it is coming. The shutdown's coming. And the sellers were telling me, yes, it's happening. It's going to happen.
Yeah,
then nothing happened.
Chicago was closed, wasn't it? They said every guitar going through Chicago was confiscated, and there was that guy. I want to say Greg Tolman. See how good my memory is for my videos. But he sent me proof that he'd had 2 confiscations when he bought it for his son or grandson or something.
Yeah.
So there have been confiscations. I don't think it's going to be too long before there'll be some movement.
Totally stopped.
There'll be some movement in the market. I mean, I haven't even been doing this a year yet, Dave. As you know, I started in March last year, and in that time, it's felt like there's been changes. And a lot of the sellers, because I've tried to get channels of communication open with the sellers to find out a bit more about what the behind the scenes is over there, and you and I know, we both know how difficult that is to get them to tell you anything.
They're very protective.
They are,
what you find.
because they know
they're the manufacturers. But listen to this: the manufacturers have no inclination to sell you one guitar. It's not worth their while. You buy 6, yes, they'll sell one to you or sell 6 to you. But try to buy one, they'll just give you the breeze.
Yeah. Yeah, Dave, move closer to your microphone, my friend, because I don't know if my camera's picking you up.
Okay.
But yeah, you're right. That's what they want to do. They just want to perpetuate their market. But I think that that they're going to get wise pretty soon. And I think if channels like mine and yours can do it, and we can encourage people to put their own names on the headstocks, have a slightly different headstock design, people can get value for money. There's a big difference in buying a $350 guitar and having to do 200 quid's worth of work on it, to buying a $2,000 Gibson Les Paul Standard. There's a big difference, and I think that I can see a market there for sort of the $400 or $500 end of the market, where people could buy something that says Gibson or you know, Gibson or Chang or something like that on the headstock. Sorry, that wasn't meant to be at all racist. But it could say whatever it says on it, you know, Changle, because that's where most of them seem to come out of. And I think people could buy them, enjoy them, do some work on them, use them as projects, and have a lot of fun and do no harm. The only harm that's being done at the moment is to big corporations who, quite frankly, probably can afford it. Doesn't make it right, doesn't mean I agree with it, but they can probably afford it. But I think things need to change. I think the whole Chinese market needs to change. And looking at the news today, that they're building or finishing a new skyscraper in China once every 5 days, and that their economy is failing, that's going to be some pretty serious news pretty soon, because as you and I know, China pretty much owns America's national debt. So if they go under, where does that leave us all? Because, you know, if they go under and America go under, you see what the subprime market from America did to the UK economy and the European economies. I think there's got to be some change in trade policy. But again, I'm not a political beast, Dave. I'll be perfectly honest with you. I keep abreast of it, and I have an interest, a personal interest. But I'm not, you know, willing to get into the politics of it and express any political views. But I think things have to change purely from a moral standpoint. Somebody needs to do something, and that's all I've been trying to do, my friend. I've just been trying to offer folks an alternative, an honest look at them, and you know.
Are you getting much letters back from like kids saying that you saved their ass from getting burnt or anything like that?
And you know what? Every time I do, it makes me certain that I'm going to do more videos. I have more now, way more. Go back a couple of months before I started moderating the comments on my channel. I have more trolls than anything else, but now I have more people coming back saying to me, thank you for saving me from wasting my money, than I do negative comments, which to me is
that's what it's all about.
That's right. That's right. That's absolutely it, and that's fantastic, and that it makes my day every time I get one of those comments. And I always try to write back and tell those people that they've made my day. And that's the whole reason I'm doing it, and I hope that it encourages more people to sort of avoid it, and everybody can go and find a much better guitar than this, and even this, which I do like, by going to their local guitar shop and buying something second hand. The best way to buy a guitar is not by mail order on the internet. You've got to go and play the damn things. You've got to pick it up, you've got to feel it, you've got to see if it's the right thickness of neck, if the scale length is right for you and your hands. You know, if you like the action, that can always be changed, obviously. But
they're all different. That's
the actual feel.
All this the same. They're all different from each other.
The weight of a guitar, the belly cut, the shape of everything about a guitar is very personal, and the only way to really buy, and what I say to all the youngsters that come to me and ask what one should I get, I say go down to your local guitar store, play them all. You know, make a pain of yourself if you want to, but go and play them all, and play them until you're absolutely sure. And when you find that guitar that's right for you, the good thing about it is you won't want to put it down. Not only will you buy it, but you'll come home and you'll play it day in, day out, and you'll get to be a much better guitarist, and you'll enjoy it more, and you'll stick with it. So you buy one of these.
The same thing, with the exception I tell them to scratch it before they leave, so they come back and get a discount.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me.
Put a big scratch on it so you get a better price for it.
You're a very bad man, Dave, in Texas.
Damn it. Do a few for me so I get discounts too.
Yeah, well, when I come over to visit you, I'll pop into a few of your local guitar stores and put a couple of dinks in a few.
I'll scratch a few up for you. I'm sorry, I didn't realize that rusty nail didn't make a good pick.
The only thing is, I'm not sure that I'd be too welcome in Texas, and it's a bit of a worry now, because the idea of travelling to the States after I've made this channel is, I think it's dicey to say the least.
Well, you might get gay rush, but that'd be okay. I mean, you are a gay blade, what the hell?
Yeah. Don't tell my kids.
Yeah, tell all your kids and your wife.
Yeah, absolutely. Dave, my friend, this has been an absolute blast. I'm guessing that we're probably getting to the length of video now where people are going to want to at least go and make themselves a cup of tea or switch off. So perhaps what we should do is arrange to do a couple more of these reciprocal things, and arrange a time to chat again, because it's been real fun.
Same here, guy. I really enjoyed it. Now, you take care, and make sure to keep doing what you're doing because everybody's enjoying it.
Thanks, Dave. I really appreciate it, buddy, and thanks for inviting me back onto your channel and for putting this video up. And I want to wish you and everybody else a lot of enjoyment out of what we're doing. I always wish people to take good care, and I hope you do, and I hope your subscribers do. And wish you all lots of good rocking as well.